This is your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, First Light Coffee, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
And good Friday morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. I wish I could tell you that we are headed into a gorgeous, beautiful early spring weekend across the region. But I can't do that. I got to be honest with you. And I'll give you all the details of what's about to happen across Alabama and Georgia coming up in this morning's edition of your primetime forecast for Friday, March 8th, 2024. Don't forget to head up to the Dr. Don Weather Store on Facebook. It's at the top of the video. YouTube, it's down there at the bottom. And when you go over to our website, you can purchase your coffee cup, your Dr. Don coffee cup. Enjoy yourself a hug in a mug. Be sure you take a selfie with your coffee cup. Send it to us here on Dr. Don's Weather through Messenger, and we'll feature you here on Dr. Don's Weather. We also have the T-shirts, hoodies, baseball caps, and sweatshirts, several other things over there. And you're supporting Dr. Don's Weather when you do that. So hope you make your plans to head over there and support us today. Also, big auction down at the Salem Auction House tonight, down at 50 Lee County Road, 175 Salem, Alabama. Mr. Joey Knight is available to answer your questions today. 706-315-7266 is Joey's number. Now, I know they're going to have a lot of cast iron tonight, and you can follow them over on Facebook and see photographs of a lot of the items they're going to have up for auction this evening. Doors open at 6. Auction starts at 7. They'll have a food truck down there. You want to be at the Salem Auction House tonight for that big auction. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, be sure you contact Jamie Dukas. Jamie can handle all of your insurance needs for Alabama and Georgia, and he can handle your personal and commercial insurance. Your barn dominiums. Jamie can get you insurance on your barn dominium. Those things are hard to insure, but Jamie has figured out a way to do it, and he can examine your current insurance if you already have insurance and let you know if he can do a better deal for you. He maybe can increase your coverage and decrease your cost. You owe it to yourself to at least talk to Jamie. It doesn't cost you a dime, and there's no obligation. All you got to do is scan the QR code on the screen. You can call Jamie at 256-831-7770, or you can click the link at the top of the video to get in touch with Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. Also, make sure you head over to our YouTube and subscribe to the Dr. Don Weather Channel and click that little bell so that when we go live to cover severe weather, you'll be guaranteed to get that notification. And we may have to do some coverage. Tonight into early tomorrow morning, we are anticipating 2 to 5 inches of rain across East Alabama and West Georgia. Some areas could see even more than 5 inches of rain. And the problem that poses here is our ground is already saturated from Tuesday night, Wednesday event that we had last week. So the ground, the ground's like a sponge. Once a sponge gets full of water, then it cannot absorb any more water. Everything that hits it after it gets full of water will just run off, and that's what's going to happen this evening into tomorrow. Any rain that falls, I'm talking about every single raindrop that falls from the sky, is not going to be absorbed by the earth. It is going to run off to the local, to its closest creek and river. Yeah, and that's going to cause some problems, so much so that Alabama Power, Georgia Power already opening floodgates in anticipation of the heavy rainfall that we will see this evening into tomorrow. Again, 2 to 5 inches of rain possible through about 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And we also have a severe weather threat. I think the flooding threat is going to be the bigger threat here, but we can't lose sight of the fact that we could have some severe thunderstorms that could cause some problems. What do y'all do when you have one of those chairs that's got a hydraulic cylinder in the middle of it? The thing just starts falling just for no reason. I'm like sitting on the floor all of a sudden. Had to readjust. But yeah, we may have some severe weather to deal with late tonight into tomorrow morning. So let me show you what we are talking about. If you're in the green areas, we're talking about a risk of tornadoes, damaging winds of up to 60 miles per hour. Now, that's a 1 out of 5. That's the lowest risk. If you're in the yellow areas, that's a 2 out of 5, which means it is a slight risk area. And that does cover central southern Talladega, most of Clay, most of Randolph, most of Heard, and south. We're talking about also Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, Troop. We're talking Elmore, Lee, and Harris. And so this threat has been bumped a little bit further north versus what we were showing you last night. And you see the timing there on the right. Central Alabama, 9 p.m. through 5 a.m. For places like Birmingham, Prattville, Montgomery. And then over on the eastern side of Alabama and western Georgia, we're talking midnight through about 8 a.m. In Georgia, that would be 1 a.m. through about 9 a.m. That is the expected timing on the severe weather threat. Now, flooding is not really considered part of being severe when we're talking about tornadoes and gusty winds, but the flood threat is also going to be there. And that is going to start late tonight. And actually, the flood watch goes into effect at noon today. Then periods of heavy rain could start falling this afternoon. But then by the time we get to 9 or 10 p.m. this evening, I think that's when the biggest flood threat starts to kick in. So if you have low-lying property, if you have interest anywhere along a river or a lake that typically will go into flood, you need to be prepared for the possibility of that happening this evening into your Saturday. And of course, we know that river and lake flooding, that can continue on for several days even after the skies go back sunny. So we could have some flooding issues even Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week from all of the rain that we may get from this. Now, understand there's a bust factor here, just like there was last Tuesday and Wednesday when we had those heavy thunderstorms form along the Gulf of Mexico. That blocked all the moisture from making it up into Alabama and Georgia. So we really didn't receive as much rain then as we could have. And that's possible again with this event, though this one just has a different feel to it. It looks different. It's a little different setup than what we had Tuesday into Wednesday. So I think there's the confidence is much higher with this event versus what we saw Tuesday and Wednesday. Just be prepared for the possibility of torrential rainfall down there across, mostly across all of our coverage area in East Alabama and West Georgia. There are a couple of maps out there that's trying to suggest up to 7 inches of rain in places in Chambers, maybe Southern Troop, Harris County, and then back over into Southern Lee. But understand, folks, this system hasn't even really gotten here yet, so it's going to be kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where the heaviest rain will be, but there's a really good shot. It could be anywhere across East Alabama and West Georgia. Just be prepared. And you know what I always say, turn around, don't drown. If you see water across a roadway, don't cross it, even if it only looks like it's an inch or two. You don't know the integrity of the roadway under that asphalt. Don't take a chance and drive across it. So here are your current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms, 58 degrees outside. Wind out of the east-northeast at 3, gusting to 9. The humidity is 86%, barometric pressure 30.00. Dew points at 55. No rain so far. That'll change within the next several hours across the region. High temperature yesterday was just almost perfect, 74 degrees. We currently have cloudy skies. There could be a few sprinkles out there already. Sunrise this morning at 5:58. The sun sets at 5:45. Don't forget, we spring forward when you go to bed Saturday night. Set those clocks ahead by 1 hour. It's going to be a mostly cloudy morning, giving way to moderate to heavy rain at times this afternoon. 68 will be the high in Roanoke, 67 over in Lineville. Anniston goes to 66. We'll hit 69 in Alexander City, and Auburn tops out this afternoon at 70 degrees. Here's your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent. A 100% chance of rain today. Again, that really kicks in later on this afternoon. 68 will be the high. A flash flood watch does go into effect at noon today, and that runs through tomorrow afternoon. Down to 62 tonight with a 100% chance of rain. Rumbles of thunder certainly possible after 9 p.m. this evening, and there is a small threat of some severe thunderstorms where we could see gusty straight line winds up to 60 miles per hour, and a few small tornadoes can't be completely ruled out as well. On Saturday, a 90% chance of rain. The bulk of that will happen tomorrow morning. Now, rain could linger into early afternoon across the area, but the really heavy stuff, I think, is probably done by 9, 10, 11 a.m. Saturday morning. 71 will be the high on your Saturday. When you go to bed tomorrow night, don't forget to set those clocks ahead 1 hour so that you're on time Sunday morning, which is going to be beautiful. We're talking sunny skies, a little crisp, a little cool. 58 will be the high on Sunday afternoon, so that's a good bit cooler than what we have seen the last several days. Maybe a little frost late Sunday night. 34 your overnight low. 62 the high on Monday. Again, we drop down into the mid-30s, so frost will be possible again Tuesday morning. But look at the warming trend. Almost 70 on Tuesday and into the low 70s out there on your Wednesday. Southern Union State Community College live Doppler HD radar this morning showing the southeastern United States. And you can see that mess. We have triple barrel low pressure moving into the southeastern United States. One low center there around Memphis, one just to the west and northwest of Jackson, Mississippi, and then one just to the west of Dallas, between Dallas and Midland. And that's what's causing all of this, and it's going to kind of get the brakes applied as it gets into Mississippi and Alabama because of this big dome of high pressure just north of Virginia Beach. That's going to slow all of this down, and that's why it's going to take maybe 12 hours for all this stuff to make it through the southeastern United States, and that's what's going to add to the flooding issue we have here. We'll zoom in this morning, kind of look at what's happening at the moment. We have two distinct areas of heavier thunderstorms. One is between Greenville and Jackson, Mississippi, and then the other is between Dallas and Austin, Texas, where we have multiple special weather statements out there already this morning. Haven't seen any tornado warnings, but as the sun comes up, we get some heating in the day going. That may be just enough to trigger some instability. We could get some tornadoes and certainly some severe thunderstorm warnings out there as we go throughout the day. We are showing some echo returns across Alabama and Georgia at this hour, but this is very light, and most of this not making it to the ground. I would expect, as I bring this forward and we pause it right there, maybe north of Montevallo from Childersburg back up into Birmingham, there's a little rain this morning, and up there around Douglasville, just west of downtown Atlanta, we may have some making it to the ground also. But this stuff across Clay and Randolph, most of that's probably not making it to the ground, but a sprinkle certainly can't be ruled out this morning. But that's not the main story. The main story is back crossing the Mississippi River. That'll be our first round of heavy rain, and then that second round of heavier rain still back in central Texas. It's going to fill in nicely between these two different systems today, so this will be one big, huge, solid shield of rain as it moves into Alabama later this morning, and then eventually into West Georgia by this afternoon. Just a complex mess out there that's going to bring us a tremendous amount of rain, or at least the potential is there for it to bring us a tremendous amount of rain over the next 12 to 24 hours across East Alabama and West Georgia. Hey, don't forget to follow us over on X, formerly Twitter, at DSTREN1040. We broadcast all of our weather information over there on X Twitter. We'll just call it that. How about that? Yeah, we hope that you'll follow us there. Also, if you live in Randolph County and you have not already done this, you need to do it right now. You need to text the word alert to 256-540-8664. And then what's going to happen, you'll get a link on your phone. You click on it, and then you go fill out some information. And then as we get into this weather event, if there are any emergencies across Randolph County and there's information that you need to know to keep you safe, you're going to get it directly from your local government. You'll notice all the time when you hear or see statements from the National Weather Service, they always inform you to check with your local government for localized emergency information. That's what they're talking about, and this is how you do it in Randolph County. So be sure you sign up for Hyper Reach today so you can get that emergency information. Now, if you live outside of Randolph County, I'm almost positive your county or municipal government has a mass notification system. Most everybody does nowadays. So just Google your local government and you'll find the information and the phone number, and you'll be able to do the same thing in your county so that you make sure that you are informed of what's going on. Yeah, we start closing roads because of flooding, that kind of stuff, or maybe even we have to evacuate some areas because of flooding. That's how you get that information the quickest. So make sure you sign up for that today. Obviously, I'll be watching this situation throughout the day. We will definitely do some live updates for you this evening, and we'll do wall-to-wall live coverage as conditions warrant throughout this event, all night tonight and into your Saturday if we see the need. So make sure that you, number one, regardless of anything else you do, make sure you go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather, and make sure you click on that little bell. That way you're guaranteed to get a notification from us. If you're just relying on Facebook to notify you, and if you don't interact with us every single day, odds of you getting notified in a timely fashion are slim to none, because that's just the way Facebook works. So make sure you follow us over on YouTube so you get notified, and we'll see you back in here later today with more information as we move into a potentially very, very wet situation across East Alabama and West Georgia. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We'll see you tonight here on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, First Light Coffee, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Swate Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, the Salem Auction House, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.